on and talk to you guys about some of the stuff that has happened over the last week, particularly the fact that ayahuasca seems to have healed my health problems more than you could reasonably imagine it possibly could. I also was blessed to be able to drink medicine with a couple of people who had never had ayahuasca before. They have both tearfully told me that their lives have been changed and that you know, they've found their power. And it's just a really amazing. Hey, what's up, Tommy? Position to be in, to be able to do these things for people and see what happens. And so it's a little bit of a bummer for me to have gotten better and then immediately gotten COVID or something. But uh, every silver lining's got a touch of gray, I guess. Um, and so I just wanted to pop on and mostly just see if my internet speed is good enough for live streaming. Um, and it seems that it is. And according to this zero there, oh no, there are people, so that's not right. Are you cured of the illness you had? Not entirely, I don't think, but progress beyond any expectations that I had, even considering my relationship with the medicine over the years. I am deeply disappointed with myself that I didn't do it a lot sooner because I knew this would happen. And, it's just really a testament to the fact that we really do have a lot of psychological and emotional stuff bound up with our physical. And so, yeah, that was a huge mistake. I don't know what was wrong with me. Doesn't matter now. So we have arrived at the venue where we are doing the retreat. There are some amazing people that have already signed up and put their deposits. Um, so we are eternally grateful for people that are coming. I wanted to share that, it's wonderful for people to come and work with these indigenous shamans here and drink medicine and heal themselves. And even just to expand your consciousness, if you don't have anything to heal, um, you're probably not a real person. But if somehow you have managed to make it through life, that you're old enough to travel and drink ayahuasca, but you don't have any issues, I think there's still so much to be gained. In fact, what happens once you have resolved all of these traumas and issues is that you can actually start to really master extracting information from the universal mind. And so your relationship with this medicine changes over time. And ayahuasca traditionally wasn't really used to heal anything. It was used by the shaman to get insights into what was ailing people in their tribe, but it was about getting information. And so, after you have dealt with your physical and emotional and all these other layers of your being, then the fun really starts. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing these really long retreats with only one or two people, partly because there's so much to do here in Miss Hawaii that I don't want people arguing about what we're going to do in our limited 8 weeks. Or you can come for 2 weeks, you can come for 1 week, whatever. But I like the 8 weeks with just one person or two people. 3 weeks is great. We can do anything. I have 1 year. And so, yeah, we just have so many options, so many things we can do. I feel like if I'm working like with a small group, then also with the medicine, interpersonal dynamics with strangers, things can get, if people don't like each other or something, it's just really good to keep the group small, so that we have peace and so that I can give everyone the attention they need and the shamans can give everyone the attention that they need. Um, but I think what I was saying, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit unfocused because I'm pretty sick still. Uh, and I don't want to talk about the retreat too much because tomorrow night I'm going to go into a bunch of depth and talk about promotions and pricing and all of the options that we're going to have in terms of the things that we can do. So tonight, I just want to let you guys just ask questions and also say that, I'm just as interested. That's where this was going. I'm just as interested in getting people to fall in love with the jungle as I am to, anything to do with plant medicine. I think a lot of the healing that comes from being here is actually just from being in this environment, which with Hello, Sarah. I think this is the first message. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. I checked out the YouTube page. You guys are very similar type of people, and I'm actually not just accepting anyone. No one is able to give a deposit before their Zoom call happens, because if I don't like you, you're not coming, or if I think you're just not a good fit, I mean, it's really important to me that the right people that are really going to get the most out of this are the people that come, so being a little bit selective because we can. Um, I, d- I guess this YouTube channel is giving me some reach, so I was concerned that not enough people would come to pay the lease, which is pretty expensive, but that doesn't look like a problem. So now all of a sudden, for the first time in how many years, I am like not worried about anything really. And thank you so much to you guys that have done that for us. Also, I want to point out, you guys, that a little while back I was saying that I felt like our um, body and the electromagnetic waves that are connected to our physicality, um, our ability to influence the chaotic energy that gives rise to our experience, um, and defines our circumstances. We do not have the influence that we have when we're healthy if we're debilitated. And I think it's no coincidence that as soon as I started to feel better, exactly what I was trying to manifest congealed. Like, I mean, it was like a week. It's insane, and some people had given me some criticisms, like you're saying if you're following your highest path, and you're acting in accordance with the collective will and your own individual will, and all of the stuff that the universe really just supports you, and blah blah blah. And although my older videos and all of those stories do support that, that's not really what I'd been experiencing since I'd been ill. But just as I predicted, as soon as I started to feel better, these ridiculous circumstances. And honestly, the way that it happened is pretty surreal. I mean, we were not really sure where we were going, what we were doing, and I said to my partner that I wished that we could go back to Miss Hawaii and take over this particular property, and I didn't see any way for that to happen. And literally the next day, we got a message from the owner saying, "Hey, can you guys come back, but this time actually take over the lease or find someone else that can or something?" And so I made that video, SOS Amazonas, only like 130 views, and it raised the money we needed to secure the lease in like 48 hours. So, you know what I mean, you guys? I feel like I am proving the stuff that I talk about still, and it's uh, it's amazing, to be able to demonstrate for anybody that's struggling with doubt the way that I did over the years. I mean, I experienced so many miracles, and I still just couldn't believe in it because I didn't have the self-esteem to accept it. And I've noticed working in medicine with so many people that this is very common. Our parents, God love them, were the worst parents ever in the history of parenting, I think. A lot of us, and it's not entirely their fault. In fact, nothing is anyone's fault, really. You can trace the original sin all the way back to, the beginning of time, because people are just damaged and they're passing that damage on. And so, at any rate, though, I mean, I don't think there's much doubt. It can't really be argued that our parents, people my age, around my age, they raised the most damaged, emotionally damaged, lost generations in the history of humanity. It's really quite a mess. And man, whenever a boomer gives me parenting advice, I'm just like, you destroyed the world, and you're gonna tell me how to raise a child? Just just stop, please. Luminostic hates it. Um, and I'm not saying this to put them down. I'm just saying it is what it is, And so we have all these people that have no direction in life because their parents were so focused on their career. They didn't have a really sense of value. We have ego inflation that is like, standard for men in particular, but women also can be psychos in that way. And so, we have a lot of people with a lot of damage, but those people also have a tremendous amount of potential, because it's like this equal and opposite reaction. By the way, we're getting back to the Hermeticism in a couple of days, and that's also part of this retreat. I keep failing to mention that we'll start every day with Lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram for those that wish to. We'll close every day with the Banishing version, Invoking in the morning, Banishing at night. You'll learn the middle pillar. We'll integrate all of this into the plant medicine, which should be noted. Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn Adepts say don't do that. But we'll make sure that you know what you're doing before you, because you're just all your filters are down, the energy is flowing. You're just stirring stuff up that you had better be able to deal with. But I also think there's a lot of superstition, and that it's actually not as dangerous as people think. So, side note there. I don't know. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, please, I'm going to be rambly. I definitely am going to go ahead and just admit that I took some cough medicine with codeine in it, so I'm a little bit dopey. But I was just too damn sick. It sucks, man. I hate it. I hate that I healed this chronic illness with like 2 ayahuasca sessions, and then immediately got like the other strain of COVID, maybe or something. It is very much. It does seem like COVID, like the new variant. I can't taste anything. I can't smell anything. Coughing a lot. Yeah, man, it's gonna be for you. I'm not trying to not saying this for the sake of marketing, but for you guys, it's definitely exactly perfect. I saw your YouTube channel, and it's like, well, this is like this is designed for you, basically. Your exact archetype. So, and I've had a lot of confidence building experiences in the last couple days. I haven't been drinking a lot of medicine for a few years, but the two people that I brought into the medicine, definitely over the next week, I was still with them, helping them integrate. And there were a lot of tearful thank yous. And, so that was really encouraging to see that I had such a, in their words, such a profound impact on their lives. Um, so that was good. And then the other day, I went with a group, including one of our patrons, on these ethnobotanical plant tours. And I'm not trying to brag, but I knew way more than the guides. I probably spoke 70% more than they did. Um, so that was really encouraging too. I realized that I really have become like an encyclopedia of the important plants in the jungle. I'm not saying I know everything, man. We're not going to walk around the jungle and ID every single plant because that's just ridiculous. Another interesting thing that I discovered is that the most biodiverse place on Earth is actually a national park just downriver. It's not part of this retreat, but it will be an option. We'll have a licensed guide, so everything we're doing is going to be legal. And so we can go into the primary rainforest where you need permission from the government or a licensed guide to even enter because there are uncontacted tribes in there. Can be a little bit dangerous, not gonna lie, but they mostly stay way off in the deep jungle. They're bands of Warani that have refused contact. Um, so by the way, you guys, when I say that I'm in the jungle for real, I'm not kidding. Like we still have uncontacted people right around us. We'll meet people that saw a toilet for the first time like 10 years ago. Uh, so as real as it gets here, no joke about that. It is a little bit sad. Even in the years since I've been here last, there are less creatures. That was heartbreaking to realize. I was just walking around, and I noticed it in Waukees. I thought when the sun goes down, there should be all these creatures everywhere, and there were a few. But I thought, well, this is kind of like the mountain perimeter of the Amazon. It's not really like the deep primary forest. And then I got into Mesawai, and the sun went down, and there's like nothing moving. Um, So we really need to come together and fight. I mean, it's not that all the animals are dead, and it could be seasonal. I was here at a different time of year last year. Maybe it's just that time of year. We're going into the beginning of the rainy season, so now that I'm thinking about it, I thought maybe the owner of the property had sprayed so heavily that they just killed everything. But I asked her, and she said, no, no, no. We just cut the grass, and that did kind of lower But you know, if you talk to people locally, they say that the jungle used to be super loud at night, and a lot of the frog species have entirely disappeared. Um, so you know, I hate to say it this way, but if you want to come to the Amazon, you better hurry up because it's dying. It's not a joke. I mean, what is it? Attenborough, you know, did a documentary recently where one of the things he said is that the rainforest will mostly, um, oh no, not mostly gone. It would be like the Sahara Desert by the 2030s, which is a horrifying thought. Uh, so um, we have to do something, you know, and that's why I'm so determined to get people down here and to see it because you know there's a lot of people out there that will say like, oh yeah, I wish they wouldn't destroy the rainforest. It's really sad. But once you come down here and had capuchin monkeys pulling your hair, and you know there's blue butterflies the size of dinner plates flying around your head at night, and you know anacondas, 30-foot long snakes in the water that are totally docile. You can swim right up to them and like touch them. They're not going to bite you. You know, I wouldn't necessarily mess with a very hungry, large female without caution. I'm not advising that, but I am saying they're very docile considering. Uh, and you know, there are jaguar here, there are caiman here. There's 18 species of monkey. Um, and it really is amazing that even with all of these species disappearing every single day, there's still so much here that's alive. And also, for those of you that are really mystical about stuff, I don't want to get into this one too much, but if you think about how a crystal refracts light, and so where the light is the most dense, most concentrated, that's where the colors are the brightest, right? So if you think of the equator and how there's this explosion of color where the greatest photon density is, um, there's a great secret that is revealed in plain language, the language that the universe speaks, you know. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to hop on and just make sure that if I come on intending to do an actual live stream, that I'm not going to get booted off the internet because I was struggling to even do a Zoom call earlier and I was worried maybe we need to upgrade the internet or something. But it seems like 17 minutes, no glitches. I think we're good. So you guys, the light and the darkness, or from the darkness, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And if any of you guys that have already signed up see this, thank you guys so much. I can't wait to meet everyone. Some of the people that are coming are longtime patrons. One of those people is out in the backyard right now. Um, it's just really cool to get to meet the people that have supported us through all these hard times. Um, and also, you know, all of my life of independent research and contemplation and study on my own that I had started to think was almost just going to come to nothing. You know, it's good to see that that's not happening. That's not how this story is turning out. Also, the people that have been leaving all the like, you know, Terrence McKenna 2.0 type comments, that's really nice for people to say. It's crazy to think that there are people that actually see me as that type of character, and I'll take it, I guess. That's it's encouraging to see all those comments in the videos. So I'm too sick to keep doing this. It's just going to be a bunch of aimless rambling. So I'll talk to a couple of you soon. Do hurry up because every month the price is going up. The person that got the first sign up promo, that's already been taken, but I'm start our ultimate price for the whole 8 weeks is $4,600, and that will include everything. It doesn't at the moment, not your travel. That's the only thing that's not included now. But what I'm doing is we're going up from this lowest price every month until we hit our normal price, and then um, as a bonus, because I'm so nice, it will include a little bit more, but really just travel. So, and you know, I'm mentioning that, I guess now might as well finish explaining that it's going to cover your lodging and all your meals here, plus all your medicine. So even when we go to the other shamans, the price that you pay will include the medicine. But it's not if we decide to travel. If you want to go to see shamans that are far away, which is an option, you have to pay your bus or taxi. I can come with you, but if I do come with you, the group or the person will have to pay my expenses, but that's it. I'm not going to charge any more than that. Um, so yeah, it's I'm doing everything I can to keep it as affordable as possible and still make it reasonable for us. Um, so yeah, and a lot of the things that we need to discuss that will be options we're only going to discuss in the Zoom calls. So if you're even curious, don't hesitate to schedule a Zoom call. I don't mind talking to people that are maybe just curious. Um, so wish me well because I'm tired of being sick. As I said earlier, it was really stupid to get over this chronic illness, to heal it with ayahuasca almost completely. I couldn't believe it. I mean, and not only did I feel so much better, but it was uh, like I drank San Pedro first, and then I didn't sleep that night at all, not a wink. And then I got up the next day and I went to my old friend. I'm not baked, I'm just sick. Well, I did take codeine. And so I went to see my old friend and mentor and drank ayahuasca the next day with no sleep. And then that night I slept like 3 hours. And then the next night I drank, no, we rested, but I got about 5 hours of sleep. And I drank ayahuasca again and got 0 hours of sleep. And then after I got home, I got 5 hours of sleep. And after all that, I felt better than I had in years. So, long story short, even with total and complete lack of sleep for a week, I was still feeling better than I had in many years after just a couple of ayahuasca sessions. So, um, you guys, there's just don't put any limitations if you decide to come because it really is incredible what these medicines can do. And it's okay to have your expectations pretty high because it's very likely to exceed those expectations. Um, So, anyways, good night. Thank you guys so much. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, support us on Patreon, or uh, I didn't put in the information for Zelle or anything. Hello, Heather. Heather is one of the people that is coming for sure. And since I know you're here, I will say that we are really happy so far with all the people that are coming. I really like them all so far. And that'll continue to be the case because, like I said, I'm not going to accept everyone. Um, if I feel like you're one of those people that is pursuing ayahuasca because it's a trend and you're just, doing that, you're not coming. I don't care what you want to pay. It's not happening. Only the really sincere people that are doing it for the right reasons are coming here. Um, and that's partly to ensure that the entire group has a great experience. Yeah, I know. I'm not kidding when I say that ayahuasca heals, and it's not just that. I've been studying. It's a blessing for all of you out there that I got so sick for so long because I had to learn about all these plants and how to make the teas and how to combine them with ayahuasca because combining a medicinal plant with ayahuasca is how to really get the power from it. You're exponentially increasing the efficacy of any medicinal plant when you mix it with ayahuasca. You have to know what you're doing, but I do. And we're going to be drinking teas made from Bobensana and Guayusa and some other plants every single day, the entire time we're here, all day, every day, pounding down medicinal plants from the jungle, eating plants from the jungle, eating fish from the river. Um, and most of the people that come, it's just going to be one on one, or if you're a couple, I will put some groups together if people want to do that. But I really prefer to be able to focus on individuals. And I'm not going to say I'm not doing this for money because I have to survive. But these groups, I'm not going to name any names, but pretty much all of them have the commercial ayahuasca centers um, that have 20, 30 people in the groups. I think that's unethical. So I'm not going to do it myself. It's not good for the facilitator or the shaman because you are absorbing all of the energy from the group. And when the groups get too large, a friend of mine, he can no longer drink a lot of ayahuasca. And I honestly think that it's because his groups got too large. He was absorbing too much of the shitty energy from too many people at once, and he's kind of finally, after 10 years, he's kind of burned himself out a little bit. So, oh man, I didn't even talk about drinking with Miguel Chiriop, did I? That was crazy. I have recordings, you guys. Watch out for this, because another thing that I'm not really too thrilled with the commercial ayahuasca centers is that there are these trendy songs with millions of views on YouTube that are not Icaros. And Icaros are not songs, by the way. This is I say this all the time. Sorry, I don't mean to be redundant, but it's a Quechua word that means healing through smoke. Um, so but we'll just use the term Icaro. These like Spanish language romance songs are not. That's not really the ayahuasca music. What comes through people like Miguel Chiriop is like language from another dimension. And I think one of the benefits of drinking with someone like that, a real Shuar, authentic shaman like Miguel, is that this language comes through them, and it's very, very difficult to dismiss it as just gibberish. It really helps to be in the state to be able to perceive it, but and I do it. My mentor does it. In fact, the last couple of ceremonies that I was at, he had really improved his ability to receive these transmissions from the spirit world and to sing these mind-bendingly hyper-dimensional. I mean, it's a crazy fucking thing to witness. There's really no other way to put it. Um, and that's one of the things you guys are going to learn to do. Some people do it spontaneously. Um, I've seen two people that had never had ayahuasca and never heard a Shuar shaman sing in this exact language. Once you've heard it, it's very distinctive. And that was pretty mind blowing. Both my partner and someone that became a good friend, that flew out from Holland to drink with me, they both did it. And there's no question that it's a real language, and that neither of them had ever heard a Shuar shaman or any shaman do this before. So, yeah, a lot of remarkable stuff going to be going down. And going to see Miguel is one of the options, but and the ceremony with him will not cost you any more money. I'm going to include the medicine for if we go to see other shaman, but we will have to travel quite a ways, and you'll have to pay lodging and your food on the road. But um, yeah, amazing. Hopefully, my teacher will be around. We can go see him. We'll definitely be working with Mama Celia, who's a Quechua woman. Look at this, man. I'm ranting about this damn retreat. I was supposed to do that tomorrow night and just talk about the stuff that happened at the ayahuasca ceremonies. I did get to see something amazing with the. Oh my God, you guys! I'm gonna upload a video. They taught me the blowgun. I hit the damn banana flower. I actually got pretty good at it. Um, I was the only person that hit the banana flower with this 9-foot blowgun. And then also Miguel's son Sunki taught us how to do. Well, saying taught us how to do isn't really accurate, but because he just demonstrated and we tried to follow him. But man, it's so exhausting, these dances that they do, and you're holding a spear the whole time. Um, so I almost fell over by the time the second dance was done, but I have video of all that. And so that's one of the things. If we go to Gualaquiza, if you choose to opt for that extra thing, which would actually be our days off, we would go down there, and we could see maybe my teacher at the refugee that he built in the jungle, and then also see Miguel, and then you will go meet Sunki, and you'll learn to blow the blowgun and dance, and you'll wear Shuar clothing while you do this. And then they have a beautiful ayahuasca vine growing with the okoyahe together, which I've never seen before. This ayahuasca and the DMT admixture plant that the Shuar and the Quechua in Ecuador use, they're growing together. Super cool. I'm actually going to go buy a couple of live plants so that I can do that here. We're going to plant the Chalipanga and the ayahuasca together. Uh, So, anyways, I have to save some shit for tomorrow because I've just been giving it all away tonight, and I really only jumped on to make sure my uh, what is this rolling of the eyes face? I really only jumped on to make sure my internet works well enough to live stream. Another thing that we're really actually excited about is that one of the guys that is coming is going to bring us a real camera, a real microphone, um, and so my channel is about to get a full pro upgrade, which is I really think it's going to help us grow. I think that's really been holding us back, not having great audio, not having great camera, and also, you guys, I see so many beautiful things, and I get these crappy pixely pictures from my phone, and that's all I've got. So, um, yeah, everything is about to be upgraded. So, all of my socials will be, I'll be the drippiest on TikTok. You know what I mean? Excuse me while I vomit a little bit. And if you don't follow my TikTok, you should, because there's some crazy shit on there. All these weird creatures I'm finding in the Amazon. And God, what was the last video I posted? Was something completely crazy. Um, but it's a Luminostic 111 on TikTok, and then Illuminator. I have 3 TikTok channels for some reason. Um, you guys have any questions? Because if you do, even if it has nothing to do, I didn't want to talk about the retreat so much. I'm just excited, and it's on my mind, and I'm full of codeine. Oh shit, the grubs. That's what it was, man. Okay, so check this out. Chantakuru means basically the cure of the chanta tree, which is one of the airport to bus. Oh yeah, Quito. Uh, you're gonna fly into Quito, which is about I think 4 or 5 hours away, and then you could probably get a taxi for like $100, or you can just take the bus. Um, and another option is that between Quito and here is Baños, and I could meet you there, because I can meet you there maybe, and we could do some things there. There's a huge volcano. There's hot springs. Um, so you might want to stay a night in Baños before coming down here. Yeah, bus goes through Baños. Yep, it does. In fact, go through Baños. Another option for people that come is that we can go to the ring of volcanoes. There's a ring of 8 active volcanoes, or most of them are active or something, and there are natural hot springs around it. So that's why I'm not really doing this thing like set in stone. I think it's going to be better for us to just, get here, see how you feel, see how you respond to the medicine, and then there's this huge list of stuff we can do every day, and we can just decide, this weekend, do you want to go to Baños? We can go to Baños and have some San Pedro. We can go to the hot springs. Um, we can go to the caves. We can go to the Tazos caves, which Neil Armstrong and a bunch of people went into looking for aliens at one point. Um, is there anything I need from the mainland? Yeah, there is, but it's illegal as hell. No, seriously, kratom is not illegal. I don't think it's definitely not illegal here. Kratom I could probably use. It's really expensive here. It's good to have it on hand. Um, and you're coming a lot later, actually, so that's actually good for us because I don't know if I can get the camera gear to this other guy. Oh yeah, the maggot. Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you guys. Okay, sorry, I got distracted thinking about this stuff again. The Chantakuru is a big maggot that turns into an even bigger beetle from the Chanta palm, which is very important here. It's used for, I mean, there's probably some beams of it right next to me somewhere. So they build with it and they make thatch out of it and they make an oil for your hair and all this stuff. Um, and so there's this giant grub. It's, huge. And it means cure of the Chanta tree. And so what it cures is respiratory problems and sore throat. So I was in Puyo, where at the markets there's these gyrating worms and bins just all over the place. and you have to eat them raw, crudo, in order to get the medical benefit. There's also a giant snail I posted that, I mean, it's the size of a puppy, that also supposedly is medical, that they sell at the market to eat. But anyways, I had to make a video for TikTok and one for YouTube because you have to hold the phone in different directions. So I actually ate two of them raw, uh, and my sore throat was gone within 2, 3 hours, like completely gone. I'm still sick, but the sore throat was like legit, like gone, within a couple hours. So, but I'm not surprised, you guys. I mean, if you look at the medical research that's been done on, um, Sangre de Drago, or I found out what Dr. Santi is too, the tree that makes the milk latex. So I'm gonna look and see if there's been any research done. Actually, I started, and it doesn't look like there has been, which blows my mind because it's the most important medicinal plant to the Shuar and the Quechua, here. So that's weird that, they've looked into Uña de Gato and confirmed. Basically, when you look at the NCBI, I think is the where you look for this stuff. Um, you look at their papers and it'll say indigenous uses confirmed for most of these plants, and they mean all of them. Um, so it's really ironic is not really the right word. Something much nastier probably should be used. But when they looked at Sangre de Drago, they were actually shocked to see its ability to rebuild cells, and they don't really understand how it could even be possible. And in Uña de Gato, the list of uses that the indigenous claimed just expand by like 30. And it is a very effective anti-cancer, anti-tumor, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, maybe anti-parasite too. I can't really remember everything because it's such a long list. It's worth it for you guys to look into this stuff before you come. And I think, it helps to consciously know what all these plants are doing, so that when you get here and you're consuming them, you know why you're consuming them. So if you have time, look up Sangre de Drago, look up Uña de Gato, Cascarilla, Chuchawasa. Um, what's another really important one? Zaragoza. Sande, Sande, is the arbol, the tree that makes the white latex. So seriously, I'm done, you guys. I'm going to be on tomorrow to talk about all the details of the retreat. Uh, and so hit the like button, share, subscribe, support us on Patreon, Zelle, PayPal. You can find those options in our descriptions to all of our videos, including this one, once I get off of here and go over the computer and fill it all in. Our S and A keys are broken, so it's a huge pain in the ass to do any typing right now. Man, it sucks. I got to go buy an external keyboard tomorrow. I can't take it anymore. But that's why there's no description. Um, You know what, Raz? You don't have to bring us any Iboga root. I actually was going to mention that tomorrow, but since Raz has mentioned it, we actually have a friend that's growing a ton of it in Gualaquiza. So we already have it here, and it's going to be one of the things that we're offering. Of it. I need to work with it a little bit more. Man, that's a rough one too. But coconut oil? What about it? Yeah, we have coconut oil. We don't. What do you mean coconut oil? Yeah, bring us acacia. We don't have that. It's too bad you can't bring opium from the Middle East. There are times when that would be very helpful. Coconut oil, it's expensive here. That's true. It's not hard to get, but it's expensive. Um, yeah, iboga is going to be an option for sure. Uh, yeah, I know, man. I wouldn't want you to do that, but you could bring us some seeds, poppy seeds. That would be really helpful. Um, acacia, I have Mimosa hostilis, quite a bit of it, and gonna have to wait till you get here to find out why. So good night, guys. Thank you all for your support. Looking forward to meeting all of you, and hopefully tomorrow when I do the official live stream, which is going to be basically the same as this one, only with more depth and details. And I'll probably not be on codeine and you know, dressed up nicely, trying to look a little bit professional. Uh, so good night, everyone, and we'll see you again soon.